Okay, so if this is we are tired and we're going into a 3/4 or a mid block, this is how we're going to handle this.
We're allowed these two to have the ball. That's fine. But just be aware of, first of all, be aware of the long ball because no pressure on the ball. You most likely will like to hit long balls. Okay, that's the first thing. So back line and holding midfield player gotta be dealing with the long balls in behind.
Yeah.
So if his ball's on the side of the field, most likely he's gonna come on the strong side in line with the ball. So shift, come across, drop in here, stay connected in here. So make sure your back four stay connected. What can happen is you guys are like this, and there's a lot of gap. So the ball is here. We told this weak side winger, fullback, tuck in here, hold in mid, come on the strong side. Okay. My number 10 have to make sure he don't get the ball. So that's your only responsibility defensively is to make sure he doesn't get the ball. Now, if he drops in deep, which at times gonna be fancy, let him go. Don't go follow him there. Let him go.
Right.
Okay.
And then still hold.
Just still hold. Okay. If you look to provoke the space, the closer he gets, we can look to confront him. That's fine. But if you're gonna drop,
but it's got to be the 10 that confronts 6.
Yeah. If he has the ball there and he's gonna drop in there, let him go. Okay.
But
let him go.
How do I handle if one of the 9s? Because I can guarantee you, probably 1 9 will end up confronting a 6 if they do that.
That's where they gotta be disciplined.
Right.
Tell them to be disciplined. Tell them these guys ain't gonna score on you. Okay.
Right.
The thing is that you have
know your center backs. Yeah. You are marking the center backs.
But if you look closely, if he goes there, that was one less player that they have in here.
Right.
So you're not really worried about him being dangerous, about him dropping that.
All he's doing is trying to draw you out.
Exactly. And that's where you gotta be disciplined. If he goes there, let him go. Okay. He's not gonna score from you from here. He goes in there, they have less in the midfield. We have our shape.
Right.
We have, if you look closely here, if my 6 come across on the strong side, we'll deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay. If they go in here, we can get across and deal with this in here. We have numbers. We have more numbers around the ball than they do. If you look closely, 1, 2,
so
3,
that
4,
leaves
5,
our
3.
6 unmarked usually, and his job is
to clean up anything in front of the
so
back.
So he has to be scanning behind him to know where that forward is.
And that's where now both of these two gotta talk to him as well.
What if they're in a 3-5-2? He's primarily just covering the center forward.
Yeah. So
what if he comes out?
So if he drops and then they're from a back 3, that's fine. And they might look to push this guy high.
Right.
Okay. Because now they're playing with a back 3 now because he's dropping in there. That's okay as well.
Right.
That's where now we gotta recognize you still have the advantage here. Okay. So this is the least of your problem right now. You have a 2v1 against the center forward.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll tell you when the ball's on the side, he's coming on the side. He's coming in here. Okay. I'm not worried about that. If they push these guys high, just recognize now his job is very important. The further he comes, he'll try to engage this center forward. He has to go and press him. Okay? Again, we got to force him to go one way. If you run straight, you might just play the ball there.
Well, he's obviously just going to play it to the outside.
Yeah. So if you play it there now, that's where now we have to release our attacking mid.
Right.
That's where now he got to be reading what's happening.
I'm calling him a box-to-box 8 here.
You gotta be reading what's happening.
Yeah.
As the ball's going, he's going.
Yep.
Okay. Take away this back pass.
Yep. 6 comes up.
Come on the strong side. You gotta come up here as well. Because if you win the ball, we going to go.
But you know that they're not gonna shift their 6 into back 3 at this.
I'm just saying if they do, but if they don't, they keep in here. We're still man marking. We want him to go because now we're like, you're not really gonna you last player in here. So now, by him going there, he's useless.
Right.
That gave us a 3v2 advantage in here. Yep. If he stays, we still have a 3v3 advantage in here. Yep. We lock him in here. His vision, 180. His options are limited. Okay? If he's playing in the middle, this guy's vision is what? 360 because he goes there, here, here, here. He can go in a circle. Right. He can't. He goes out of bounds. So we want them to play the ball to the outside because of where he is on the field.
Exactly.
So these guys out here is who we want to press. A lot of pressing triggers goes when the ball goes to a fullback on the outside. So now it's pretty much releasing. If he's provoking the space where let's say he stays, he doesn't go, and we flat, and we in like a mid block. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He's getting us the width. Now since he cannot play that ball straight down the middle, okay, we're gonna talk this guy to play up at least 4 or 5 yards away from this guy. We don't need you marking this guy touch tight. if there's no passing lane into him.
Right.
Just be aware, because if he's going, it's most likely a 2v1 here. So if he steps, he's gonna go there. You gotta recognize as he's stepping, 10 out of 10 times he's probably gonna put the ball there. Okay, if you hear, you can get there anytime. Stop to cheat. While you going, recognize that he's gonna go out there and press.
Right.
You gotta get tight as the ball travels.
And most likely, it's going to be solved before it even happens.
Exactly.
Because they're so used to man marking in the middle that I'm asking a winger to play a center mid. You know what I mean? So they're going to natural tendency, and that's what I'm planning on.
Yeah.
I want to. What I notice if I take someone out of their natural tendency, and I put them there, they revert back to it. Yeah. So I can't get a winger to come inside, and a center mid to come outside, but. Just like Minnesota United, you put Reynoso outside and Fraggy inside. Fraggy's gonna go back outside, and Reynoso's gonna go. So I'm just, that's the whole point of this diamond right now.
So we're gonna play that mid block. So that's how I would do it, and then release this guy. Now the question, what you gotta remember is, we're not just playing just to defend. Also want to be able to score. So if that's happening where the six is happening, he's coming, he's provoking the space. Again, always be aware of the long ball in behind, but we deal with that with the pressure cover balance in here. Okay, he's anticipating a pass to go here. Okay, also knowing that obviously this is his first responsibility, but he would know no angle, so get that ball, and we know we have backup behind. Even if the ball goes up, we can look double or get tight. But he's reading that it's gonna go here. After the ball goes, we get tight. Okay. He now takes away the back pass. You got to get up there. Okay? Yeah. He takes away this guy if he sits in the midfield. Now, transition to attack. If we were to win the ball, you got to be in that position. I don't want this guy here. So if we are applying pressure here, he got to
That's where he's naturally going to be most likely. Yeah. Just like... Without training him to stay wider there, when that guy's there, like I said, he's always going to be connected. They're tied together. So he will be.
Yeah.
So then we're looking to play 8, which they already know 8s are trying to find 10s.
Yeah.
Right? So on transitions, you don't find same 10. You find opposing 10.
Yeah.
Which means when we win the ball here, right, and everyone's condensed like this, right? This forward right here, the second forward, here's Rafi, here's Tap, here's Rafi, whoever it is. Let's say that this is Rafi.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this is our 8. 8s know that they find the 10.
Yeah.
On transitions, don't find near side 10 because it's too tight. Find second
that's the
ball to the forward,
dangerous pass,
and then drop into the.
So also now recognize.
Excuse me, 9.
Yeah. So now obviously 10 showing in that pocket because he's occupied with his center back in here.
That's actually that was the 9. That's our second forward.
Yeah. So the middle winning ball in here is recognizing. Can we find the weak side 9, strong side 9, weak side 9? Can we find him in there? That's where now also the weak side 8 has to be pushing up as well. Because why? If they're forward, if their center back or the tuck in here, okay, we need this guy to be pushing. It will take him a while to get back. But if my attacking my 8 is pushing on to support this 9, where they said we found him, but he cannot turn.
Release the 8.
He can release his 8 to go up to join the attack.
Who's also a really nice player that can attack.
Exactly. So it's pretty much option will be let's say we win the ball. Perfect scenario. We win the ball. We finding him. 10 got to be releasing as well, support underneath.
Which they know.
Which they know, and obviously he pulling off. Obviously got to go in behind, so he's gonna be a ball player there. Sorry. Ball set. If he can't turn because the pressure on his back, there, here, or there, or even there, drive, and strike. So there's more than one option in front of goal.
Yeah.
So, but it gotta be done quickly. So yes, we set up defensively to defend in a mid block, but the pressing trigger is we want them to put the ball to the outside back because of he has a 180 degree angle where he cannot go.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna press him here. If it goes out of bounds, it go out of bounds. We've done our job. We can regroup and defend our throw in. That's fine. But if we're gonna win the ball here early and then hit that counter right away, weak side of 9, weak side 8, and 10 gotta be right away to spring our counter because they're so out of position right away. We have numbers to win that ball.
Correct.
So yeah, so that's how I would do it. and just make sure. The reason why I told.
And then my question is, we are playing possibly 5 games, hopefully 5 games in 3 days.
Yes.
Okay, so how much mid press should we do? How much high press?
I would say the first game, okay, you always want to get a feel for the team you're playing against. If you know their strength. So I would say at first
10 minutes
the
press.
first 10 minutes you can press, or the first 10 minutes you can sit.
Evaluate.
You can sit in this shape.
Okay.
And see their tendency. And see
cool.
if I sit here, I'm not gonna high press them all the way. Let's see what they want to do. Let's see their decision making on the ball. Are they sloppy with the decisions? And then they are. We can look at press them high. But if we know they're pretty comfortable on the ball, and they have a group, they're very well organized, well coached. We'll tell them, okay, we're gonna challenge you two to start your attack and see what you're gonna do. Are you gonna be a team that sticks to your principle and look to play out of the back? Are you gonna be a team that make rash decision, try to force passes in here? Are you gonna be a team that like will hit long balls?
And then when they do play that ball in that mid press here, then we confront here, and here's our second 9. And that second 9 doesn't have to be all the way up here, but probably should be right. Because what if they come back? Oh, that's fine. What if they come back here?
So that's where we don't want this 9 coming across because of the switch.
Exactly.
So we want him to stay here because now we play the mid block. We're telling them we're taking away the midfield. So we condense this. Keep in mind, again, on an actual field, the space is big. We want him to drive. If he comes, the closer he comes, we go. So about like the 35 yard line.
And then he plays it to the left, though.
If he plays the left,
he plays it to the left back. Okay.
My 8 is going.
And then look at the position. So watch the 9. The 9 will split the left back and the left center, right?
Yeah, so now the ball's going there, and he's probably going to support behind the ball.
Which you cut off like that.
You got to come and engage this guy.
Right? But and then look at that second one there. Then he still stays that wide.
Yeah, okay. So now the fact that we have pressure on the ball, where now we're trying to force an error here. We take away the back pass. This is where now we can tell this guy to push a little bit higher inside the spacing.
Okay, because that's what they're told. They're told to make sure that there's no back pass and then split to that guy.
Because what we don't want is to switch the field.
So maybe not here, but recognizing you got to also be aware of this guy, but also there.
So he's in a position where if he were to step late and he takes a touch and he hit a diagonal switch, we can get there.
Yeah.
We can get there. As the ball's in the air, that 5-6 seconds that's in the air for, if it goes into this guy, we can go and pressure him. If it's going here, we can either go or he can go.
Correct. Cool.
Okay? That's why I want him, to sit in his... The minute we get pressure on the ball and his head goes down, we know for a fact he's not going to hit a diagonal. He's under pressure. He's going to be in panic mode, depending on how fast we press him.
And then 6 obviously is pinching up on that.
And then here, he's here because if we were to win the ball, our first pass doesn't go to this guy. It goes, that's where now he becomes available. You see that we won the ball here? Punch it right away. Okay? If he's recovering back, here, now we're going forward right away. Cool. So yeah, so it's recognizing. So I would say the first 5-10 minutes, see what they would like to do.
And see 5-10 minute mid block.
Yeah, just analyze the back four. See what they like to do. Do they want to play out the back? If they want to play out the back, that's what we want. Our trigger will be to sit and take away, obviously.
Okay. And then we'll probably go 15 minutes before we basically sub most of our team.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Right. So like we'll do basically 10 minutes of mid block, 15 minutes of press, then we'll sub, and then we'll do 10 minutes of mid block to kind of reset and evaluate them based on what, how they're handling that press.
Yeah. So,
sub in new guys because they'll be tired, mid block, and then 5 minutes of pressing with my substitutes.
Yeah.
And if things are going awry, then I can bring my starters back in for the second part of the first half.
Just be aware when you sit in the mid block, the distance between your back four and your midfield four and your diamond and your front gotta be nice and compact. Keeper gotta be aware of if he has a foot where he can hit like balls in behind, and the ball that goes over the top, he gotta be the first one to the ball. There'll be a time where we're tired or the game is going on.
Right.
We get there, ball gets played, he steps late, and they manage to find our pass here. You're also back and fall asleep. He gotta, as the ball goes to this guy, he gotta think if it's gonna come here, he gotta get tight where he cannot turn. Okay, if he cannot turn, he's not dangerous. You gotta follow him. He just can't not turn.
Right.
Okay, and then we look to even double up if needed.
Right.
Okay.
And then here our diamond should be like this.
Yes, that's where now we shift. Yeah, the diamond come across.
Right.
Also remember, right, what I said earlier, if the ball goes to this guy and he don't get there in time, I want this guy, center forward on the strong side, outside shoulder.
Yeah.
He should now be here, okay, when the ball is on the side. You got to
against the 4-3-3, you should pin the center in between you two.
Yeah, you have to put him here because, again, him showing for the ball in here, maybe their game plan is to draw him out of position and get that ball. Because if he were to step late and not get there in time, he has space to hit that ball in behind the space that this guy was.
So that 8 should be cutting off the line.
Yes.
Right? Exactly. Forcing you to the middle.
Yes. So
when the 8 steps, we're forcing to the middle.
But again,
which is they're aware of, because what we want right now is we want ball from the center to the outside back, and then we need to force them into the middle because that's where we have our strongest players that can win the ball. And that's where we have numbers.
And we have numbers in here as well. But in a perfect world, again, all those go on the tactical ball because the Blues are not really moving.
Right.
But also got to be aware of a few things. If he were to get there late, it's all chaotic.
Yeah.
Feet, if he plays in the feet, you got to get tight. Don't foul the guy, just get tight. If you're going to double, depending on how close he is, you can double, great. Okay? I'm not saying he's going to get there every single time. If you get there on time where you can force him inside where we have numbers right away. Okay? Now we can look at step in here. Great. Now, if they're well coached, what I would tell you, the first thing they'll look for is to skip this guy, have this guy running in spacing. That's why I want this guy to take care of this option, to deal with this right away. So ball's there. We get there late, expect a ball in behind in the space. If you show him for the ball, he can be a decoy to get you out of position. What can happen is he's showing, you worry about the spacing behind you, you don't want to go, they're going to play the ball to him. Now we're in trouble. If your center defensive mid count, you got 2v1. So no matter what, if he's showing, yes, he drew you out of position, you have to follow him. That's your responsibility. That's your. You have one job on the field. That's him. Center back, outside shoulders to deal with this. Now, if he's a smart player, where they're pushing their attacking mids high in these spaces in here, your 6 have to track the runner because there'll be a time where he shows, he don't get the ball, he's not running in here. He's gonna try to occupy you too. He's running behind Thurman run.
Yep.
You gotta track him. Okay, you gotta track him. Because if you don't track him, he's open for that ball. Now, obviously, if he's running behind, you can go. You're not gonna drag back. If he's coming across, you gotta be dropping back. That's where your 6 now can join.
Exactly.
Step in. You okay? Nice. That's where he can step in the back line. But things can happen where they play in the feet. They run the forward in the spacing behind your fullback. That's why I want him here. That way he can get there first. Or they run their attacking mid in behind your fullback. But you should not be afraid. You shouldn't be worried about, I don't want to follow this guy because I'm worried they'll play the ball in behind me. No, go. You have guys in behind the ball that can do that. But he got to get there. Also, he got to track that runner as well in behind. So, yeah. So that's something that I want you to be aware of. If he gets there late and cannot force him inside, or if he gets there late, if it goes to feet, look to double as much as possible. So, yeah. Sweet. But, yeah, I would say start in the mid block and see what they're trying to do and go from there. If we notice that they're not comfortable with the ball, we'll press them.
Awesome.
We'll press them. If the backboard is the weakest, we'll look to press them right away. So
sweet.